Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. So in this chapter we will see the Sandhi. What a Sandhi means. A Sandhi basically means a compound. When you compound two alphabets, two characters, the two characters may be vowel or a consonant. When you add two vowels or when you add two consonants, you will have Sandhi. Okay? When you add two vowels, vowels means we have Ach. When you add two vowels, vowel means Ach. When you add two vowels, Ach plus Ach, this is called Ach Sandhi. When you add two hulls, hull plus hull, it is called Hull Sandhi. Two vowels, Ach Sandhi. Two consonants, Hull Sandhi. There is a third type of Sandhi called Visarga Sandhi. Visarga transforming into something or something transforming into Visarga. Can be whichever way. These are the main sandhis which Acharya Varadaracharya he has described in the Laghū Siddhanta Kaumudi. Other than this, we have Swara Sandhi, etc. So Swara Sandhi is a sandhi where the intonations change. We know what intonations is now. So the a becomes or so this is the change which when two characters merge brings about. So normally they don't bring in this Swara Sandhi here. The Swara Sandhi, though it is a part of Panini Maharaj's text, in the last part of it's not discussed in Laghū Siddhanta Kaumudi, it's discussed in the Siddhanta Kaumudi, the last part of Siddhanta Kaumudi. The last part of Siddhanta Kaumudi. Normally people just skip it because they don't know what Swara is, they don't want to trouble themselves with Swara. But other than this, each of the Veda has a grammar called Pratishakya. So in that Pratishakya, we have rules for these, the grammar rules pertaining to that Veda, special. So that will be seen there. So when two vowels come together, then Panini Maharaj brings in a sutra. Parasannikarshas Sanhita. Parasannikarshas Sanhita. Paraha Sannikarshaha Sanhita. Paraha first case, Sannikarshaha first case, Sanhita first case. So this is Sanya Sutra. It's Sanya Sutra. So the sutra says Paraha. Paraha means utmost, very. Sannikarshaha means close. So when it is in a very close proximity, what is in very close proximity? When two vowels are in close proximity, it is called as a Sanhita. So this is called, Ach Sandhi takes place. So this is called Sanhita Sanya. Sanhita Sanya. Then Halonantaraha Sanyogaha. Halonantaraha Sanyogaha. When two hal, halaha, anantaraha, sanyogaha. When hal is followed by another hal, it is called sanyoga. So this is sanyoga. Sanyoga Sanya. Hal plus hal is sanyoga sanya. See, when two hach follows, ach plus ach need not necessarily bring in a change which is also an ach. It can also bring in a consonant. Can happen like that. Panini Maharaj has seen this in a very beautiful way. See, ach vowel he has broken into three components. Three arrays. So one is a the other is ik, and the third is h portion. So by saying ach plus ach, what we necessarily mean is a slash ik slash h plus a slash ik slash h. So when we say a slash ik slash h, it can be in any permutation combination. Like I can have a plus a plus a plus a plus e, a plus e, like this. I can have one a as a consonant, and I can have all the other. It's not just with a, e plus e, like that I can have e plus a, e plus e, e plus e, like that I can have any kind of combination. So the same way, a plus a plus a, e plus a, e plus a, like that I can have any combination in the other side also. A plus ik, a plus a plus ik, a plus h, ik plus a, ik plus ik, ik plus h, h plus a, h plus ik, h plus h. Any combination is possible. So this is Sanhita, example for Sanhita. Sanyoga, if any two consonants come closer, see by consonant can be anything. So some place when the consonant comes, it should not be separated. It just, the only rule is it should not be separated by a vowel. That's all. It should be in close proximity. Like takara plus lakara, toli. Shakara plus chakara, choti. Chakara. Yakara plus nakara. Anything, any combination. The only thing is it should be both a consonant. There should be no vowel. Like example we have tat plus laya. Tat plus laya. What happens? Tat plus lakara plus aya. Lakara plus aya. Takara is followed by lakara. There is one sutra called Turli, which will bring in lakara for takara. Tal plus lakara plus aya. I have to add lakara with akara because of the paribhasha which we said. What is that paribhasha? Achinam parena sanyojyam. Because of that I add it. Laya. Tal plus laya, it becomes talaya. Now this is not a complete pada. Pada means a processed word. It cannot be used in the language. To use it in a language, you have to process it. Unprocessed word is called pratipadika. Unprocessed word is called pratipadika. A processed word is called pada. How to process this word? What are the chemicals which I need to process this word? It is these two things. One is super, the other is thing. So if I bring in this talaya with a super a thing, it becomes processed. Then it becomes pada, which is usable. Sup means it's a code again for the noun. Thing means it's a code for the verbs. We'll see this later. So that is what we have to see in that chapter. Now 7th chapter we have, see, during the introduction of the first chapter itself I have been saying we have different declensions. If a person does not know declensions, what is subject, what is object, and what is this and what is that, then he will have confusion. See, Panini Maharaj has brought in a beautiful system. When he says something in 5th case, he means something. very clear. Sixth case, very clear. He is very sure about what he wants to present. So, when that kind of system is there, he knows what is the vibhakti. It's called vibhakti. Declension is called vibhakti. So, vibhakti he has to use. So, that specific vibhakti means something to him and to us. So, we have a short, simple, it's not a foolproof system, but still we have a simple technique to understand the vibhakti without going into the subanta and tinganta, etc. Tinganta anyway we don't need to go into it now. It is not that he is not using any tinganta, he uses tinganta also. Kriya padas he uses somewhere, but that is not important. We understand, the moment we understand it's kriya pada, it is over. But tinganta, for subanta, you need to understand what kind of vibhakti it is. So, the major vibhaktis he is using in the sutras are 1, 5, 6 and 7. 1, 5, 6 and 7. And each declension has a singular, dual and plural. Singular, dual and plural. 3 plus. So, 1 singular is the singular of first declension is it can be, we have seen in the first sutra, halantyam. So, it can be halanta or a visarga. It is dual is au, and this is also a visarga. A plural is also a visarga. Fifth case, generally a visarga or at. Dual is bhyam and bhyah. Plural is bhyah. Sixth case, again visarga, sya. Dual is oho and plural is am. Saptami, seventh case, it is E-R, A-R, O-R, O. Anything of this can be the ending. Oho and su or shu can be ending in su or shu. The moment you see the final character of each of these padas in the sutra, you will be able to identify what it means. Okay, now for example, tasya lopaha. Tasya is a sixth case. Tasya lopaha ends with visarga. It can be this or this or this or this. In the first case, fifth case and sixth case. Since already we have sixth case, we take it to be first case. Tasya lopaha. Halantyam. Halanta is a first case. Antyam, first case. So, this is the way. And eco energy, we will see eco, or I told you other Adhikara Sutra. Angasya is Adhikara. Sashti. So, by understanding what the sutra, by what the declension is, you will be able to understand what the sutra says. Okay. Okay, what does he mean by first case, fifth case, sixth case or seventh case in the sutra? When Panini Maharaj says something in sixth case, understand it to be sthana. Sthana. Sthana means a place. The place where the change takes place is sthana. When something is said in first case in sutra, it means adesha. It is adesha, the replacement. So, with respect to tasya lopa, we will see sixth, or you can say sixth will be replaced with 1. Tasya lopaha. Tasya is a sixth case, lopa is a first case. Then we brought in it from the other sutra and converted it into sixth case. We have it, sixth case. It will be replaced with lopaha. This is what we understood through the sutra. Okay. Sixth case, in the place of sixth case, first case comes as replacement. This is how you have to understand when you want to explain it. In the place of sixth case, first case comes as replacement. In the place of it, sixth case, lopa comes as replacement. Simple. Okay. Then there is a second, fifth case. If something is said in fifth case, tasmadityuttarasya, fifth case means it is always preceding the sixth case. Fifth case means following fifth case, sixth case will be 5 follows 6, same max. 5 follows 6, and 6 always will be the replacement. Without any doubt, understand, wherever 6 is, it will be the place of replacement, and wherever 1 is, it will be the place of, it will be the replaced. So we have one sutra, ikaha yan achi. The first sutra in ach sandhi, ikaha yan achi. Okay, now we are not ready for this sutra. We will introduce you to the sixth also. So tasmadittarasakasminiti nirdishte purvasya. Okay, now you have sixth case. When something is said in sixth, seventh and first, sixth will be replaced with 1 when followed by 7. 6 will be replaced with 1 when preceded by 5. This is how you have to understand. 6 will be replaced by 1 when preceded by 5. 6 will be replaced by 1 when followed by 7. 6 will be replaced by 1. That's all. There is no preceding, there is nothing following. 6 will be replaced by 1. 6 will be replaced by 1 when preceded by 5. 6 will be replaced by 1 when followed by 7. In the sutra, the 6, 7, 1 can be in any which order. The sutra can be 6, 7, 1, 1, 6, 1, 7, 6, 1, 6, 7, 6, 1, 7. Any order it can be. There is no problem there. Any permutation combination. But you understand, if it is said in 6th case, that is the place. If it is said in 7th case, it follows. Simple rule. These are all thumb rules in understanding the codes of Panini Sutra. Okay, now if in a sutra we have 5, 6 and 7, what will happen? Don't worry. 5 will always be followed by 6 and 6 will always be followed by 7, and in the place of 6 you will have 1. Whatever it is, we are not bothered. 5 means it will be before 6. 7 means it will be after 6. And 6 means it will be the place of replacement. 1 means it will be the replaced. Simple. Wherever it is, we are not bothered. So these are things which you have to understand. Now we will take an example. This is the famous sutra, Iko Enachi, the first sutra of Ach. Where we have ikaha yan achi. It can be also like this, achi yan ikaha. Any which way, we are not bothered. So we have it in this way. We will take this. Ikaha yan achi. What is yan? What is the vibhakti of yan? Prathama vibhakti. Achi? 6th, 7th case. Stick to 6, 7, etc. We don't know now. So see this 7th case. Ikaha is a 6th case. Can be 6th case. 1, 6 or 5 or 6. It can be 1, 5 or 6. We want here is 6 because we have 7, we have 5, 1. So we will accept it to be 6th case. That is how it is accepted. So we will accept it to be 6th case. Okay. So What will be the formula?
6 plus 7. 6.
So when you replace it with these codes, ik plus h, I have removed the characters, last characters. I have made the code. Ikaha, I have made it as a code, pratyahara code. Ik. Achi, I have removed the end and I have made it a code. Ach. N also. See, ik means
Ivu, rulu.
Ivu, rulu. Ach means
Ivu, rulu, yevo, ayo.
N means
Yavarara.
Yavarala. So, by this we know how to decode. If it is, let us say, if this is in instead of ach, I say achasya. So, how will you do? This is fifth case, this is sixth case. What will happen now? What will be the formula? 5 plus 6 1. Okay, what is this? Ik plus h n. If the only fetch is this, if the sutra does not have 5 and 6, it has only 5 and 7, 5, 1 and 7, and there is no anuvritti of 6. Then what happens? 5 plus 7. This is simple. 5 plus 6, instead of 6 you have 5 plus 7. So there is one paribhasha which says ubhaya nirdishte. When 5 and 7 are said, panchami nirdesho baliyan. The fifth one will be powerful. So it will retain its position and it will make 7 the place of replacement. Ubhaya nirdishte panchami nirdesho baliyan. उभय निर्दिष्टे पंचमी निर्देशो बलीयान. निर्देशो निर्दिष्टे निर्देश शकार. उभय निर्दिष्टे पंचमी निर्देशो baliyan. Okay, means the fifth case will retain its position and it will make the seventh case the base, the place for replacement. Okay, when there is another declension which sparsely Panini Maharaj uses, it is the third case. If something is said in third case, it's a special significance. If something is said in third case, it is called as sanyoga in this technical term. So, if third case and sixth case is said, third and sixth case and said, third, sixth and first case is said, then you have to create a formula like this: 3 plus 6. Normally the lower number before and higher number later. But in this case, it is in sanyoga. It can be in any combination: 3 plus 6 or 6 plus 3. This is one form and this is another form. Whatever it is, 6 will be replaced with 1. Meaning 3 plus 6, it will be 1. It's two forms actually, two formulas, two sutras. He has bound it in one sutra, or 6 plus 3, 1. Whichever way it is. So 3 plus 6 becomes 1, or 6 becomes 1 when followed by 3, whichever way. So he has clubbed two sutras into one sutra. to gain more happiness of putra. So that is what we have to remember. It is replaced by this. We have different things here. The example I have in the final page, I give you the example of different things like ह्रस्वस्य तस्य प्रथमयोः ङसाम् अपचि अधिकारे सुपि विभक्तौ तृतीयादिषु etc. We have to understand what these codes are. ह्रस्वस्य is a sixth case. प्रथमयोः ओहो, प्रथमयोः ओहो, it ends with ओहो. 6 or 7 it can be. Achi 7, ङसाम् 6th case, adhikare 7th case, supi 7th case, vibhaktau it can be first or 7th case also, e a o au. Okay, trutiyadishu 7th case. This is how you have to understand. First, if you are able to decode this, then the other task will be very simple. We will see. Harihi Om.